Hello, best ever listeners. Welcome to the best real estate investing advice ever show. I'm Ash Patel, and I'm with today's guest, Xiaofeng Harman. Xiaofeng is joining us from Oakland Bay, California. She is the co-founder of Liberta Homes, which focuses on value-add multifamily. Xiaofeng is a GP on 150 units. Xiaofeng, thank you very much for joining us, and how are you today?
I'm good. Hi, Ash. I'm
Hey,
good.
we're glad to have you. I'm glad you're well. Before we get started, can you give the best ever listeners a little bit more about your background and what you're focused on now?
Yes, love to. Hello, everyone. My name is Xiaofeng Harman. I'm a mom of two boys, and I have been invested in real estate since 2013. And my husband and I work on the co-founded Liberta Homes, and we work on the small multifamily portfolio first, and we also do the ground up construction. And since 2020, we focused on multifamily properties. We are a general contractor, a general partners for 150 units. And by myself, I have engineer background. So I have PhD degree. I work in semiconductor company for 8 years before I work full-time on real estate.
All right, a lot of questions. The first one, you gave up engineering job to pursue real estate. And I'm assuming you were very passionate about engineering because you got your PhD.
Yes. So I got a PhD. I very appreciate work in the semiconductor company as well. It's hard drive company. It's just the career change because of the family reasons. I have young kids, and my husband's working schedule is different. So I kind of work part-time at the beginning as real estate and work on our new construction project while I take care of the kids.
And your husband works in real estate full time as well?
No, he has full-time W-2 jobs all the time when we do all this investment. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. How did you get started in real estate?
So Doug and I always very passionate about investment, real estate investment. So we started in 2013 and we joined David Indell's boot camp. And we learned that at that time, we learned multifamily investment is kind of open our mind. And at the time, we start with a market which very close what we familiar with, which is my husband's hometown in upstate New York. So we search the market there is more. So we find a small multifamily portfolio, and we acquire 17 units at that time to start with our journey.
Interesting. What made you want to get into real estate? You both had careers. Did you just want more financial freedom?
Yes, so financial freedom is definitely is kind of a new to me because I grown up in the family just very engineer oriented. My dad is a physics teacher, lecturer, and my mom is mechanic staff. Both of them is working in the university. And then I never have any idea about investment, financial freedom, or any of the idea of outside of W-2 job at the time. And when, we kind of have, at the time in 2013, my husband and I is more focused on to see what we can invest and outside of the W-2. And I started with buying my own house. That is the first investment I have. And that's pretty much open kind of bring my kind of capability to link to my first investment of 13 unit. So it's just a small step, I would say, if I share with others. It's not like suddenly one day I realized how important the real estate investment is. I feel like it is a small step. If I try, the first step I have is to buy my first primary home. And I learned, oh, this is a market. And I learned, I pay the down payment, I got mortgage. And then because of the appreciation, I have extra equity I can invest to other small properties. So that's linked to another project and then rolling over to the bigger one.
The 13 unit, did you purchase that yourself or did you have partners?
It is ourselves. So we have some commercial loan. Is actually is 8 property duplex.
Duplexes?
And, yeah, duplexes. And we have it. At that time, we feel like, how can we able to close? It is 17 units, sorry for that.
That's
So
okay.
when I close 17 units, we always buy single family house and never have that kind of idea we can close that. But we finally be able to figure we can get extra loan, and we put on the down payment and we get it done. Yes.
What was the purchase price?
So at that time is pretty good. For all of 8 properties, total is about around 500,000.
Are these in California?
No, it's upstate New York.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's where Doug is grown up. So it's really, really nice when we visit his parents' family in the town, so we can visit our rental houses.
Perfect. And are these all next to each other, the duplexes?
They are very not very close to each other, but in the similar local small market.
Got it. Were they ready to go? Were there tenants in them? Did they need improvements?
Yeah, they are pretty old property at the time. And what our strategy is to make it nice, or is not upgrade to premium, but is kind of give the good condition and that the tenant stay longer. And this property we hold until now is about 8 years. And right now is kind of a top market. So we selling part of it right now.
Got it. How much money did you put into renovations?
For that one, we have about 50,000 at initially.
And what are you selling them for now?
Right now, actually, we listing per houses about close to 100K. So 8 of them actually is about 850 to, yeah, around that market price.
And what year did you buy these? 2013?
Well, I think we are buying at beginning of 2015.
Oh, 2015. Okay. Got it.
So it's about seven and a half holding years.
And they're all fully rented?
It's just a kind of regular rented. Yes. Renovation is just regular.
Got it. How much did you put down for this $500,000 portfolio?
For the down payment is about 20%.
Okay. So about 100,000.
Yeah, about 100. Yes.
All right, good. And you walk away with about $350,000 in 7 years.
Yeah, it is really good investment, and especially give us a cash flow when we're holding it.
There's that.
Yeah.
How did you become a GP on 150 units?
That is really long journey. So because we always like mention, for this small portfolio, Doug and I do it 100% ourselves. We get down payment, we get commercial loans. And after that, our journey actually go to a little new construction in the Bay Area. So we built 3 single family high-end houses here. And then we kind of focus on multifamily, start early 2020, almost 3 years ago. And then we kind of start to learn, educate ourselves. We spend pretty much the whole year to join the mentorship, to learn all the underwriting, how we get a deal, and every single things. We feel like just a kind of engineer mindset. We need to know everything before we dive in. And then after almost a year, we find actually we're missing an important part for the multifamily area, which is networking and building the team. So we spend after a year, we spend a lot of time to networking, to kind of step out of my comfortable zone, to let people know what I can offer, what I'm learning, and what I'm looking for. And that is really important, and to start to get leading to our first deal.
You built 3 high-end houses that came first.
Yeah, so before we moved to the multifamily, we built totally 3 high-end single-family house, and that journey started from building our own house. So this house we built is our home house. It's built in 2016, and after we built our own dream house, we connect with locals, and we find, oh, we can do that. So we quickly built one more, and then another one. Yes.
Interesting. So back to the 150 units. What is your role in that deal?
So my role is to analyze the market analyze, to focus on what we are looking at and the underwriting, and also build the business plan, the 5 years pro forma, and also I raise capital as well. And after we close, we do the asset management.
And what percentage of the capital did you raise?
For the first deal, we have we raised total $1.5 million, and my younger one there, and I raised about 200K for the first one. So
Okay,
so it's a little 15%, I think, for the first one.
And you partnered with an experienced syndicator.
Yes, the first one is the long journey. We find our partners, but it takes a long time to find our partner, but very luckily we find a good partner together. And all the GP raise fund. And so that is how we complete the first deal. Yes.
Going forward, are you going to continue to work with this syndicator and raise money?
Yeah, some of them actually is also our partner for the second deal, the 96 unit as well. And we do bring the new partners as well. So I believe, we have in the future, when we have a new syndication deals, we definitely open to work with, existing partners, and also open to the new partners as well.
Do you reach back out to your former colleagues at the university teaching level and get them as investors?
We do. I have my previous co-worker friends also invest us, and it is so interesting because at the beginning I was hesitated to say anything because for me it is different. Engineer job is more focused on the research. I'm the research engineer, focused on my development, and it's not my habit to let everybody know what I'm doing, but I kind of step out of my comfort zone to use LinkedIn and Facebook. And what I realize is it's good to share somebody what you're doing and what you learn. And even sometimes you may not get a response, but they see that. And then they learn the lesson, they got a seed. And then when they need it, they come back to you. I usually not very aggressively to reach out my friends. I want to educate them to what I'm doing. And then when they need, they will definitely say, oh, I remember Xiaofeng talking about that. I will come to talk to her.
Is there a challenge in getting university people to invest in real estate? Because you're coming from an environment where a lot of people just know they're tenured, they work, they have a pension, then they retire. Is it a different mindset, or was it easy to get them on board?
I think it is the same. I think the similar is similar to other industry or corporate employee as well, because they are not very familiar with, for example, real estate investment. They are not familiar with syndication. And one common question actually I got, especially recently, is they say they feel like residential single family investment is similar to apartment. Actually, they are pretty different, because for example, if the economy have a little downturn, the homeowner actually the interest rate going up, is hard to get the loan, or is the selling price is going down more dramatically. And then, but apartment investment were targeted to renters, tenant, and actually they are more stable when they are not going to buy their own house. So that's kind of one example, is I give them the basic information what it is talking about is better to attract them to investors. And yes, it is take a time for them.
Yes. Here's a question for you.
Mm.
Your whole company, is everything being done under Liberta Homes?
We usually use a different LLC to holding the property, but the Liberta Homes is our main
Is your
company.
brand,
Yes, is
right?
our.
All right. Have you seen those people that brand themselves as, what is it, like Investor MD or white coat something, or there's a nurse that brands herself, there's a paramedic that's branding himself. Why not brand yourself as professor turns investor, or the investor professor, or something like that? Capitalize on your education background. What do you think? I'm just thinking out loud.
No, you get it, because when I talk to my friends or in my investors, actually, I always mention I have an engineer background, because because I kind of more focus on the numbers. That's what I strength for. I do the underwriting. I make sure the business plan and in podcast and the risk management is also important, and very detailed data analyze that part. So I always want to share that part with my investors. And another things I always share with investors or other partners, the 8 years I work in the semiconductor company, I realized how important the system, the building a whole system is important, because semiconductor company has so much process to building a hard drive, and there is 100, maybe more than steps, and each step is nano scales, and is very precisely controlled under production. So I feel like a lot of times in the real estate investment, we can also have building a solid, very systematic system, and kind of guide us to make a very important achievement. So I do, back to your question, I want to make sure everybody know I have engineer background, and also combine my engineer to the investment. And
and I said teaching professor, but it's engineer. Sorry about that. Yeah, I get that. Awesome. Xiaofeng, are you ready for the best ever lightning round?
Yes.
All right. What is the best ever way we'll edit that out. What's the best ever book you recently read?
The best ever book I read is Atomic Habit by the James Clear. The reason I like it, I want to share with them is, as I mentioned, the book has a lot of different good points. And one of the point is talking about the system or the process compared to the goal. Like a lot of us focus on the goal. Like I want to have 100 unit. I want to have 200 units by the end of the year, instead of should focus on the process, the way how we grown to get that. And especially he mentioned, like, if you fall in love with the process rather than the final product, you don't need to wait to be happy. You can be satisfied anytime your system is running. And because back to when we work on the first deal or maybe second deal, when we getting close, there is a lot of night we cannot sleep, we're worried. But I think if we understand we have a solid system, like the team member and then the conservative underwriting, we can able to sleep well. That's what we want to share.
Xiaofeng, what is the best ever way you like to give back?
As a woman, and especially with 2 young children, I want to devote more time to help other women's investors. And I have a small groups and of women to focus on multifamily. And I want to kind of share more my journey and my experience. And I want to help anybody I can.
Xiaofeng, how can the best ever listeners reach out to you?
So I'm very active in the LinkedIn and the Facebook. So just search my name, Xiaofeng Harman, is spelled as Xiaofeng. Harman is Harman, and send me text and let's connected. And also can find me through my website is www.libertahomes.com, is LIBERTAHOMES.com.
Awesome. Xiaofeng, I got to thank you for your time today, giving us your background, how you got started in real estate, and how you balance having 2 kids and your investments as well. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you so much, Ash. Thank you.
Best ever listeners, thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a 5-star review. Share this podcast with someone you think can benefit from it. Also, follow, subscribe, and have a best ever day.